The offseason is upon us, and it's free agency time. There's going to be a lot of former 49ers available on the market. Which one should and shouldn't we be interested in? All of that and more on today's episode of No Harm, No Foul. Let's get it. I swear that's one of the hardest intros ever. That beat is just solid, yo. I love that, Wayne. You body that joint, man. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? Wayne, how are you doing, my brother, man? What's up with you?
Did that work?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Today's been a good day. Had Tony on earlier on the WayneBreezie show. Tony up there trying to talk some sense into me. That was a great episode, though. Tony's always welcomed. But there's some stuff. It's funny, we were talking about Brandon Aiyuk, and then some report comes out, says that the Niners are not looking to trade Brandon Aiyuk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Me too.
Don't mean that he won't get.
Don't it be the wordplay, bro? Right? Don't it be the wordplay? I ain't trying to be a butthole about it, but doesn't it be the wordplay? And then Brandon Aiyuk posted on his Instagram and his stories him in some Niners gear. It's just right on time, right? Like it's just like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing, bro? I that's what I should have asked. I should have asked, how are you doing?
I am good, man. I am good. I am not going to complain because it won't change anything, and it could be worse. I'd be getting mad at the dumbest of things, like little simple, like minute things that should not make me angry. Or I don't know. Maybe they should make me angry. It's just like it's stuff that shouldn't happen, right? Like, can I tell them what's going on? Can I share it with the people? I've been paying for this car for 3 years. My lease is up, and it's time to get a new one. So if you have a value on the car, you can use it as a trade-in at the end of your lease. So I go to a dealership, and they need to know what the buyout is, right? My car is great value, right? I got a lease here over 3 years. I don't even have 27,000 miles on. Like, I don't drive my car anywhere. So they're like, yeah, we need the payout. You have to call Hyundai and get the payout. So I call Hyundai, I verify who I am. They tell me my birthday is wrong in the system. 3 years I've been paying on this car, and my birthday is wrong. So they can't give me the buyout information until they change it. I said, okay, well, then let's change it. Well, this isn't the department for that. This is the finance department. We have to transfer you to customer service. So I get to customer service, and I verify everything about who I am, except when we get to the birth date, it's wrong. I said, yes, that's what I'm calling you for. He says, well, you have to get that changed in the system. I said, yeah, that's what I was told that you do. He said, no, we have to send you to our billing department. So they transfer me to the billing department. I verify everything under the sun. I'm giving them the VIN number, my social security number, my address, all over again.
Oh, that's everything.
We get to the birthday, and my man is like, oh, that's the incorrect information. I said, yes, they told me you can change it. I need to get that change just so I can get the payout information. And he says, oh, yeah, that's not me. I have to transfer you to customer service. I said, don't you transfer me to customer service. I just got off the phone with customer service, and they told me I had to talk to you. No, it's a different customer service. Cool. He transferred me. I verify everything. Guess what? You guessed it. They still the wrong department. So it's time to start the show. Now I'm sitting here. My blood pressure is through the roof.
Oh, that's why we late.
I just hung up on him. I just hung up. I hung up. Over 30 minutes of just trying to change my birthday. They're going to tell me who I am. I bet if I had a late payment, they'd call me, though.
Oh, yeah. Hands down. So Mike.
God.
Some news per Mike Garafolo.
I got you.
The 49ers are interviewing Chiefs defensive backs coach David Merritt for the defensive coordinator position. Merritt is a longtime trusted assistant for Steve Spagnuolo.
Oh, God.
I said his name wrong?
No. You said it right. I'm laughing at Kyle Shanahan. This is funny.
This is funny, but this is Rooney. Anyway, help coached up KC's 4th ranked pass defense this season.
And he did it with some new faces back there. Yo, the reason why I said it's funny, do you remember why Kyle picked the Pete Carroll and Robert Saleh defense?
Why?
He said it was the toughest defense he played against. It always gave him fits.
Oh, yeah. Now he's
now here he is going against this one. He can't
he can't figure out how to beat this defense, bro.
I like this. I like bringing him in. I like getting his ideas for what he would do for this defense. Whether they hire him or not remains to be seen, right? But I like that Kyle is admitting this. They had something. They did something well. Is this the kind of defense I want to implement here? I like that. I like that, Kyle. I like that. No, not you. You don't like?
I was hoping that these two next candidates weren't of African American descent, but I think I get it. Like, I think that's because they said that because the 49ers said that they were going to interview 2 more people, right? They said they got 2 more interviews. And isn't this that Rooney rule or whatever the rule is? Like, they have to interview these guys?
No, they've been interviewed minorities, so they don't have to do that no more. Bullock is a minority.
I mean, those were in the system. I just meant out of the system. Like,
no. So from my understanding with the Rooney rule, it can be an internal interviewee. So Bullock's already knocked that out the park.
Oh, okay. Well,
now I don't know if I like you saying that. Like, we got one more day of February, and you just had to you couldn't just
I
wait.
Was saying that because I thought they were satisfying the Rooney rule.
Oh, you think it was like one of those passive? I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, that's why I said that. It was just, and the reason why I said that is because I was like, I didn't realize the internal ones counted. Like, I just felt like they were already in the system. I thought it had to be outside the system. But hey, man, look, we'll see what happens. It's funny because he was the defensive backs coach, so why not just go with Daniel Bullock's?
I mean, maybe their DBs had a little bit more swag than ours. I don't know.
I mean, they had different DBs. They had all-pro DBs. We had an all-pro DB.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying, though. And look, and it's good. Like, the Niners need to be. They need to hire the best person available. Like, and whoever that is. I'm just curious to know because, like Mike, like I would love for the Niners to go and get permission from good old Adam Peters and hit up Adam Peters and be like, yo, man, can I interview Ken Norton Jr.? Why not? That would be
my like what he did over in Seattle.
I just like Ken Norton Jr. needs to be. Yeah, I did like what he did with Seattle, and he had the linebackers, the secondary I thought was decent. So I did. But that's more Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll drafts types. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure as hell do.
And so I think that was more on, what Pete Carroll gave him, and he had to work with it. But he's a linebackers coach over Washington. Kyle Shanahan should probably, give Ken Norton Jr. a call. Get permission from Adam Peters. I guess they'll have to fire him, promising, I'm sorry, if I'm Ken Norton Jr., I would want to be a defensive coordinator over linebacker coach.
I can see that. Now, I guess, is this because he's a former 49er?
No, I just think like Ken Norton Jr.
Are you in the topic of what we're discussing today? Like, is that what this is?
It wasn't, but I've always been tied to Ken Norton Jr. He was one of the people that I've listed as being a candidate. Remember, at the very beginning, and realizing that he was still under contract. Like, he signed as a linebackers coach, but why not?
Okay, I mean, we'll see. Here's one thing I can honestly tell you, and this is not a joke at all. I'm actually excited about the hiring process for the defensive coordinator position. I feel like they're getting out of their comfort zone. Maybe that's the word. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but
what do you mean? Because in what other ways do you feel they're getting out of their comfort zone?
It doesn't just appear to be a promotion from within. It looks like they're trying this time.
They
You know,
okay,
like
so they didn't try last time, even though it wasn't a promotion within.
hell
But
no.
okay,
That
so
wasn't.
they just said we just gonna go with Steve Wilkes available. We just gonna go with him.
He was hired and handcuffed immediately. Hey, come in, but this is what we do.
I don't think he was handcuffed. I think whoever comes in is going to be handcuffed.
I don't.
I
And
do.
I think that's the difference, right? I think that's what I think maybe they're learning a little bit from their errors, if we can call it that. We don't know the specifics, right? We don't know exactly what Wilkes was told when he came in or anything like that. But it
Correct.
felt to me like you coming in, you're bringing no staff with you. This is what we do. Sustain it. Tweak.
Yeah, but nobody else. So you saying whoever else comes in is going to bring in their staff or whatever?
Well, we don't have a lot of positions left to fill, so I don't know if they
We didn't have
bring
a lot of
anybody.
positions left to fill last time that Steve Wilkes came in. That's my point. So I think
That's not true. They promoted 4 people during the last process, but they all were from promotions from within. Just like we did. We just announced 2 other promotions.
So that's why they're not going to be able to bring in no staff. They're not. They're going to come in handcuffed. Whoever.
So stop doing that and let these guys go. And
the staff is filled. They can't stop doing it, right? The Niners build their staff, and then they're gonna go get a coordinator that could come in and work this scheme with this defense.
I just think it's lazy. Don't hire somebody if you're gonna say don't do anything. That's what you get what I'm saying?
No, I do, but I think that what I'm arguing with you about is Steve Wilkes did something wrong, and then it became a problem, and that was the issue. I don't think I'm telling you, Mike. If that play would have worked, if that all-out blitz was executed properly, if Talanoa Hufanga would have blitzed, if Travarius Mooney Ward would have caught that pass, do you think Kyle Shanahan would still be feeling some type of way?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think one game was a reason for it. I think that there were multiple things that led up to the firing of Steve Wilkes.
I think it was that game that started it, is what I'm trying to say. And I think it was that game that started the handcuffing. But if you're taking handcuffing to a different level, like, he didn't come in with his coaches and things like that, then that's fine. That's fair. That's your definition. But I think he was, because when Steve Wilkes was hired, he was told that he wasn't going to change up anything. He was going to freaking take what he got and make it work. And then Nick Bosa threw his ass right under the bus, right? Like, yeah. So, like, Kyle Shanahan, I'm telling you, Nick Bosa got Steve Wilkes fired. I live by that. I can live by it. All right, Mike. We here because we wanted to talk about letting go. And I don't know, man. As one player, I don't know if I want to let go, but if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. So the Niners free agency is about to kick off, and there's going to be a bunch of free agents that are going to be available from other teams. And there's going to be a lot of former 49er free agents available. Kendrick Bourne, Akello Witherspoon, Trent Brown, Azeez Al-Shaair, Laken Tomlinson was just released from the Jets. Who else, Mike? I know there's more players. I know you ain't paying me no attention, and that's okay.
No, I am. I'm looking at the list of free agents. Unfortunately, it starts with quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of players out there that are going to be associated with the 49ers. And I thought you started out with a nice list. There are some names on there that we want back, right? Like there's going to be guys like you talked about Azeez. You talked about Azeez, right? I think yearning for Azeez is viable. We didn't really want Azeez to leave.
Correct. But we understood it.
Right. But why do I see people saying, let's bring back Laken Tomlinson?
Well, let's have the conversation. The offensive line was better when Laken Tomlinson was lined up next to Trent Williams. It was better. Especially the left side was a force to be reckoned with because both of them mofos in Laken's last year went to the Pro Bowl. Like both of them. And you can say Laken benefited, from Trent Williams. That's fine. Everybody's going to benefit from Trent Williams, especially when you line up on his side.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that projection from Aaron Banks I haven't seen that consistency from Aaron Banks. And it could be because he just hasn't been a pro long enough. He still don't know the nuances of the NFL. He's still learning. Blah 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 blah. But I
Battling
don't.
injuries.
I just you got to factor that in. But I don't think he's good. Like he's as good as Laken Thompson. Now Laken Thompson's last couple of seasons with the Jets were terrible. He was terrible.
Yes,
It's the Jets, Mike. Come on, man. Let's let's not have this. You can't say no, bro. Okay. You can shake your head all you want. Who's the offensive guard for the Indianapolis Colts? That was a problem from Notre Dame. Play with Mike McGlinchey. You never hear his name anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's that good, but because they team sucks so bad, you don't even hear his name. I can't even think of his name. I knew his name at one point. But you get what I'm trying to say? Like, this dude was the top premier dude and guard. Mike, you like nasty guards too? I mean, mean. Rhinoceros nasty mean. Like, I'm just going to hit you in the face just because I'm a rhino. Mean. What was his name?
Quentin
Nelson. You rarely hear his name anymore. And it's not that he's not good. It's just their team. It's just bad. I just think Laken. Oh, I think the 49er faithful remembers what he did when he was here and how much better the offensive line looked, especially on the left side.
But it can't just be that he fell off. He got older. Like, we act like the 49ers are bringing back guys, and there's like a magic sauce that's going to restore them back to the days of, like, we did it with Hyder. Kerry Hyder left, right? And then we were like, oh, we got to get him back. We got him back. And they were like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, but they used him differently. They made him go inside opposed to being outside. Come on, that's different, Mike. That's different, bro. That's different.
There's so many people. Let's go through
the people because that's a good exercise, right? Let's go through who the Niners had brought back and they didn't work. Because
so Solomon Thomas is about to be a free agent. Should we be bringing him back?
You know damn well he's not even an option.
No, he knows the system.
He's not an option.
K'Wan Williams, free agent.
Too old. Dude, like 37, right?
He's 32, bro. But all right,
that's bro. Playing in the slot. Playing in the slot. Nah, son.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I'm not messing with you, bro. I'm not messing with you. Hold up. Mike Purcell.
No.
He
ain't do shit here. This is my point. Like, keep going. My bad.
No, it's all right. I'm just going through the whole list of free agency and I'm looking at guys who used to be here.
I love it.
I'm not going to mention Kevin Givens. I don't want to talk about guys who are just now.
No. We're not going to talk about the Niners that we're going to be releasing. We're not going to be talking about the 49ers that are currently going to become free agents in March. We're talking about the ones that are former 49ers that are becoming free agents.
Right.
I just think Laken and
Sherfield.
No. They moved on. They didn't even use him right. Yo, that was a Trey Lance guy.
Nate Sudfeld.
There's a possibility Nate Sudfeld gets called back, though, Mike. Think about it. If he like, wait, what's the cheapest deal you could give a quarterback?
That one.
And they move on from Sam Darnold. Did you hear about the rumors Sam Darnold, like the Vikings want Sam Darnold?
Come get him. I mean,
he's free agent, so like, you know.
Salvon Ahmed.
No.
Matt Breida.
Nope.
You tough, man. You tough. I like those running backs.
I like them, but we done moved on. We done switched the whole way we run the ball.
Yo, you know who I saw the other day, speaking of former 49ers, and I thought he looked good? Wait, calls. Antoine Bethea. He was coaching the Legacy Bowl. No, not as a player. He was coaching the Legacy Bowl.
Oh, the HBCU Bowl?
Yeah.
Nice.
He still looks the exact same as when he played. Like
it's funny because even Dante Whitner, they look like they still could play football.
Yeah, they still got like that. Like
it's a safety thing.
All right, Jerick McKinnon.
Hell no. I ain't never heard in my entire life a player say they had tired legs. I still don't know what that means.
You had tired legs before. You
Not,
know what that
not
means?
a football player. I've never
If
heard
Trey
of
Lance can have a dead arm, a running back can have tired legs.
Say less, bro. Trey Lance
On
never
Alexander.
had a dead arm. They said he had a dead arm. No. The media said he had a dead arm.
I know where the media got it from.
Where they get it from?
You really want me to say?
Is it Mike Silver?
No. It came from in-house. It came from in-house.
Oh.
It was supposed to.
Where they get it from? Kyle Shanahan?
Prague. No, it was Prague.
Why would Parag talk about? Never mind.
Exactly.
I just lost my appetite.
Quan Alexander. Did I say his name already?
No, you just did, and I'm good.
Oh, so that he's only 29.
Yeah,
no?
bro, he was injured here. He's been injured throughout the rest of his career, and he wasn't good when he left. See, Lakin was good when he left. See, that's my argument, and I'm standing on it.
I'm with you. I didn't want him either. I just wanted to mess with you. Contavious Street.
No
street. Maurice Hurst.
As much as of a Michigan guy as I am, no.
Look at this list of former. Oh, I got one for you. You're gonna want this one bad. Oh, I can't. I'm gonna get a yes from you right here. You ready? Richie James. Don't leave. Don't you click the thing and go away.
Bro, I'm so mad we forced him to fumble. We couldn't recover in the Super Bowl, bro.
It was a gift. It was right there. It was right there. They just wouldn't give it to us, man. Like we just couldn't do it. I can't believe this guy is.
This is fun.
Hold on. Okay, so let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. My driver. Okay. There's some names on here that I can't believe are free agents. Like, I'm excited for free agency.
It's exciting, but it's going to come down to the Niners working these restructures and figuring out who they're going to be able to get, and will the extension happen quicker rather than later, and things like that. I personally don't think that the extension is going to happen till late. It's just the Niners track record, but they'll do some restructuring, which will free them up to make a splash in free agency.
Blake Bell.
No. The draft is loaded. The draft has tight ends that you can that are better than Blake Bell.
Matt Barkley.
No. Oh, hell no.
So Lincoln Tomlinson is the only one, and Aziz Al-Shaair.
I think those were two staples that deserve an opportunity to win a championship on a championship team. Like, Lakin left because he priced himself out. The Niners had a guard already ready to replace him in Aaron Banks. I never liked the Aaron Banks pick in the draft, only because he never fit what the Niners were doing, what the Niners offensive line does, which was zone scheme running. That's just not what Aaron Banks did. He was more of a power run, but the Niners have shifted into this hybrid run offensive line with the zone, outside zone, and then the inside gap run with the power runs due to Aaron Banks. Now, Aaron Banks isn't a bad football player, but I still think he needs to grow. I just feel like his injuries have hindered him a little bit.
Okay. I got 3 names for you I just found.
Okay.
And I think I might get a yes from you out of this list.
You probably will.
Trent Taylor.
No.
River Craycraft. Was he with the Niners?
I'll take Trent. It's so funny. So okay. I prefer Trent over River Craycraft.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
You want my explanation?
I mean, I can give you my explanation. Trent just had more swag. Like,
oh, you like it because of swag. This is the issue with Trent. Trent couldn't find a way to stay healthy as a 49er. I'm scared he'll come back here and then not be healthy. River Craycraft was healthy, but I ain't never seen a person fair catch a ball with nobody in front of him, bro. Like he fear caught the ball. He waved his hand in the air, and there was nothing but like Jesus light of the world in front of him. Like they didn't even come down to defend the return. They just let him, and he fear caught the ball. And Mike, into that day was the day I was like, River Craycraft has got to go. Crimea River, he's out of here. Yeah. So I prefer Trent.
Take him to the river.
Trent, for some reason, maybe his body is right.
Yeah.
He's a free agent. Sim says Trent is with Chicago. Did he sign with Chicago? I didn't know that.
Okay. No, he's a free agent this year. He was with Chicago.
Oh.
He's a free agent from Chicago.
So people say we don't need Trent. No, we need a return guy. So I prefer it to be a guy like Trent. Didn't have any problems catching passes, catching the balls in the air. He was good on third down. He just couldn't stay healthy. His bad feet, everything was. He just couldn't stay healthy.
You ready for this next one? Akello Witherspoon.
So you saved that one for last, didn't you?
I'm still looking. I'm still scrolling through the list.
It's a hell no for me. But why would it be a yes for you?
Oh, it wouldn't be a yes.
Oh, really?
He would come back if they called him. No.
Well, if he did come, I don't care what you don't think he would. We know that. But if he did call, if they called him and they offered him a job, and he was
I would want him to come back. He played well last year.
That's why I'm asking. Mike, talk to the people. Yeah. Not talk to me.
I'm not. I can't. If I say anything positive, they're gonna think it's a bias. So I can't. I literally can't.
All right. Well, he did play well last year. Like he was like.
He was a top 10 DB for a large part of the season.
Unfortunately, he wasn't for the Rams.
Yeah. I got a name for you here. Now, this is an interesting name, and I really want to see your reaction to this. Justin School.
No.
Damn, you ain't even had like.
Nah, man. There's the centers. You could draft. Oh, he was the swing. We got swing. We got too many tackles. I think that Spencer Burford. I would love for Spencer Burford to get back to his natural position, and I would love for him to compete with Jalen Moore for the swing tackle. I feel like Jalen Moore, Spencer Burford, and Colton McKivitz, right? Because Colton McKivitz is the best swing tackle the Niners have on their roster. I don't think he's a starting guy. You know what I mean? I just don't think so. But we'll see.
Okay. I'm running out of names here. I am still looking through the list.
But the reason why you bring back, like, if you wanted to bring back Kyle Shanahan, so let's keep it a buck, because Kyle Shanahan has zero problems with signing offensive linemen. Like that's something that he does. They struggle in drafting them, but they have no problems bringing back ones that fit. I can't even imagine what it would look like if Lakin came back. What's Lakin's age, too, by the way?
Actually, I didn't even. Have I called his name this whole time? Lakin got to be like 35, 36.
Is he up there? Because is he up there with Trent?
He's 32.
Right?
He's 32.
So So I offensive lineman could
make it 13 million.
He priced himself out really well, and then he went with Robert Saleh, who's not former. So that made sense. But at the end of the day, like, I just think you got to do it, man. If you're trying to get this offensive line, I don't know what that means for Banks, but I don't even think Banks is healthy, bro.
Right, he wasn't. But so let me ask you this question, right? And this is for real, specifically with the offensive line, because we're talking about Lakin Tomlinson, but not him though. Feliciano,
love you got to re-sign him.
What was the center's name that came out of nowhere for the last 2 years?
Singer or center?
Center.
Jake Brindle.
What? These guys were, and no disrespect to them, because they both played well, and I like these guys, but they came off of the heap. Like
they did. They literally.
So why are we so afraid to get rookies? and put them in these positions. If we're going to get guys that
Oh,
nobody else in the league
they're
wants.
not. It's because it's got to be the right rookies, right, Mike? So like when you look at this draft and we start breaking down these players in this draft, I got 5 centers right off the top the Niners can draft. But the Niners, in my opinion, weren't in position to draft these linemen because they needed to fill this roster with talent and weapons, and they supplemented the line. And if they didn't have a quarterback like Brock Purdy, this line would have really looked bad. And so
Yes.
so this is the year, Mike. This has to be the year. When we do these draft shows, this has to be the year. This should be no scratching our heads. This should be anything. Like this has to be the year where the Niners really look at their roster and say, yo, we got every skill position lined up for the next 3 to 5 years. We got a defense ready to go and crack some backs. Let's build the freaking trenches on the offensive side and let's freaking protect our investment because they got a quarterback that they're going to have to pay in the next 2 seasons. And so I really think that they're going to heavily invest in the offensive line. The good news is this NFL draft is loaded with talent on the offensive line, from centers to guards to tackles. It's loaded. And if I know the Niners like you know the Niners, don't expect it to be a guy that could just play right tackle. But nah, they're going to go after them good pieces like the Cooper Beebes out of Kansas that can just literally play the whole offensive line from the center to both sides, right? They're going to go after these guys. And so I know that, like, I'm high on Tyler Guyton. I know he's raw. Amarius Mims, I know they're raw. I know they didn't play a lot, but god dang it, they dominated really well in their short stint in their season in their collegiate career. I watched them at the Senior Bowl, and they were tough to get around. So they didn't, and then they didn't lose in their one-on-ones. I think that resonates. You and I know that the Niners draft from the Senior Bowl, the East-West Shrine Bowl, and then they pay attention to 2 teams predominantly in college football. John Lynch mentioned them. It's Michigan, it's Alabama, because he felt like they were well-coached teams. Notice how he stays away from Stanford now, because it's the well-coached teams. You had a Jim Harbaugh team, and who's the coach of Alabama? I don't want to say the name wrong. Nick Saban. And so he said that those teams, just watch. Don't be surprised if this draft is going to have a couple of players from them that we haven't even talked about ever. Just watch.
I know we got to go to the show's past this time already, but I got 2 more things. One name for you to say yes or no on. Emmanuel Mosley.
No, hell no. Can't do it. Love him. He's Trent Taylor of the defense, man. The dude couldn't stay healthy.
And speaking of things that John Lynch said, did you hear what he said about Brandon Aiyuk? See, you baited me yesterday. You said that he chose his words carefully and you didn't like the way they asked the question. So I went in there with vigor, listening towards the question, and his answer is what bothered me more.
Oh, the question was vague, right? The question was like, they didn't get to the Rudy Patootie of the Tootie the Patootie of the question. They walked around asking him, hey, Lynch, are you bringing Brandon Aiyuk back? That's the question. Like, I don't know if they have to ask it a certain way, but the question is Brandon Aiyuk coming back? It's simple.
He said a million words.
He did.
But there was about 12 words in particular that he said that stuck out to me.
Let's break down these 12 words.
He served this team and franchise well.
Oh, gosh.
Does that sound like...
That's the past tense.
Yeah, it's past tense in the motherflucker. Does that sound like somebody that you plan on bringing back?
Man, from that context, no. But prior to that, he talked about he bigged him up in a way. Like, he bigged him up in so many words. And so it was almost like, it sounds like they don't want to move on, but they know it's going to be super hard to get this deal. I just want people to know that this deal is going to take time. Like, it's going to take some time.
Takes time to heal when it hurts so much.
I'm just saying, it's going to take some time. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to take time. Niners got a type. They got a way that they like to word stuff. The language don't be great. The Niners got to come out on top. Aiyuk's agent, who's apparently best friends with John Lynch, and John Lynch was in his agent's wedding. Like, there's some ties, but it's gonna take some time. And if I'm Aiyuk, I want what I want as far as money. And here's the thing, man, I don't even think Aiyuk wants to be the top paid wide receiver. I think he wants to be the top respected wide receiver, which will come with incentives in his contract. And so, like, I think Aiyuk wants he wants the rock, and you got to give him the rock. Mike, you said you got to give him the rock. Like, you got to give him the rock. Like, if
he out there running routes for no reason, bro.
Yo, he just wasting air, and air about to be expensive as shit. Like, he's just wasting it. Yo, remember who was that earthquake? I'm gonna put my air in my mama name. Shout out to my BET Comic View viewers out there, man.
Yo, wow, what a throwback. What a throwback. Oh man, that joke, that was like the commercial too. Like, that was the advertisement.
It was. Oh, but no, like, the deal, like y'all said, man, it's not bulletin news. It's definitely gonna take time. I just want people to pace themselves and just realize, all I'm saying is, if Brandon Aiyuk isn't traded on draft day, he will be a 49er for the next 5 years. So that is the way I'm seeing it. But if the Thursday of the draft, that's it. Like, if he ain't traded on that Thursday night, we can breathe. We can take some of that expensive ass air.
If he gets, I think it needs to happen before Thursday. I hear you, but it needs to happen so that we get the benefits during this draft, and it can't be something that is like spur of the moment, because then the Niners get pressured into picking somebody. Like, it has to be a thing where.
No, I mean, the deal might
if he gets traded. If he gets traded on draft night, that means the Niners called to trade up with somebody and offered him, not the other way around.
Yo, the Bears are trading Justin Fields to the Falcons, bro.
Is that official tissue?
Bro, this is I love the NFL. I don't think there's not a greater sport. There's not a greater sport. I understand that the money pay sucks. I don't know if that's official. Hold on.
You got me looking, because now I'm hyped.
Oh, I just saw somebody got. It's not official. I don't know if it's official. I don't know if I trust that source.
Richard Lewis passed away. Talk about comedy. No, I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, it's just it's a source that I don't trust. But that'd be crazy, man, if that happened. But no, seriously, Mike, when I think about the BA, the John Lynch, I think right now it's all political right now. It's kind of, it's just it's they went into bed with it, I'm sure Lynch wants to get a deal done. I'm sure Kyle Shanahan might have to come in the witching hour on some Trent Williams shit. Like, hey man, ABA, man, listen, I fucked up. I didn't get you the ball, dog. That's on me. Like, it might have to be one of them conversations, because I think that I see
why they saying this.
Seeing why they saying what?
Justin Fields is going to the Falcons. I see why they're saying it. Yeah. His agent posted a video, and in the background he said, "Are you ready to go home?" And Fields is like clapping and celebrating.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, we'll see what happens, man. Look, man. We'll see what happens. But nah, seriously, Mike, I do like what's going on. I think the 49ers, the cool thing is we got the combine, that the events kick off tomorrow. We're going to get to watch these defensive linemen, the edge rushers, the linemen, the interior guys, the linebackers. We get to watch them run. We get to watch them, just do the drills. They'll lift on Friday. So the good thing is we get to watch that. The cool thing is in a week time, free agency starts. That's going to start telling the tale what the Niners is going to do in this draft. Like, you know what I mean? And so right now, we want the 49ers to address the offensive line. We want them to address the defensive line. But until they start shaping up and who they're going to plug in free agency, because they're losing 22 guys, they gotta refill this roster. Until we get any of that, Mike, you know, it's just going to be a bunch of guessing and speculation, bro, at this point, man.
For sure. One step at a time, guys, is the way that we have to do things, and it all starts with free agency. But when it comes to former 49ers that you see, just because they're a familiar face and they take you back to a warm place, doesn't mean that they have a spot on this current and active roster. It does not mean that they're an upgrade. I personally don't think that Lincoln Tomlinson is an upgrade over Aaron Banks. However, Aziz could come in here and help out, you know, if needed. And he clearly has
you don't think that for real?
I really don't think that Aaron Banks is Lincoln Tomlinson is an upgrade over Aaron Banks.
He might not be now, but I think when he was a Niner, he was definitely a better guard.
Well, he was Iron Man. He didn't miss a game. Like this guy, he is
missed a game in New York. Yeah. Like, so that's durability is key. Availability is your best ability. Mm-hmm. So right there, that's better than Banks. Experience, better than Banks. Now, strength, youth, all those things, he can't get none of that back. Like, he might be more witty, but I think he played better against Trent. After that,
he's only 32. Like, let's be clear, he's only 32. Like,
that's old, but it's still young. But it's old.
It's old if you're a skill position. If you're a lineman, you got another 4 years in you that you could play at a high level.
Got you.
Because you're getting that old man strength. Like, you just off the line, just throwing people now. You know what I'm saying? Like that. When I was 32.
I wonder if Banks can play on the right side. See, I don't play offensive line. So I can't. All I know is you putting your other hand in the dirt. Like, you know, if you play on the left side, your left hand go down. If you play on the right side, you switching to your right hand down. I think that's how it works. So, like, that's the only thing I be thinking. I don't know how much harder it is to play right guard than it is left guard. Mm-hmm. But if Banks moves over to that, and then now you got Feliciano, you re-sign him. Now he's your swing lineman, or he let him battle out for the center position. I want to see if he can beat Jake Brindle as the center. Now your offensive line look mean. You put Banks at the right guard. Spencer Burford can now battle Colton McKivitz for your swing tackle. Now you got two. You possibly let Jalen Moore go. I don't know. Nigel is March 13th too, by the way. March 13th. Shout out to Omar for putting that in the comment section. What a great freaking show, man. I just love being here, just talking to you. Like, I just love it. I do.
It's good. It's good. It's fun. It's relaxing. And God knows I needed that. Because as soon as we hang up, I got to call this stupid ass company back.
This has to happen
here. Yeah, I think he is the one that I would.
I'm all for to see what Jalen Graham can do. I'm all for drafting a mother freaking linebacker. But I want Aziz starting opposite Fred Warner. Like, next to Fred Warner, excuse me. I want that. I need that. Like, base, and then let him switch to the weak side. Because think about it. God forbid. Never mind. I just want that.
It's cool. It's cool.
I think that would make sense. I don't care if he costs 11. I'll take Aziz over bringing Chase Young back.
And Aziz can fill in the event that Greenlaw is still battling injuries. Like, it's not even close. Like, he's that.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to say anything about injuries.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. We hope y'all enjoyed. They're getting a little bit longer and longer, Wayne, man. I don't know what we're doing. Man. We have to start charging them or something. I don't know, man. It's getting crazy,
but you know how it be. All
we
high
appreciate you
rolling up the BIG.
Baby. Okay, I gotta go.
Man, gotta come and pick them up. Got bouncing the jiggle. What?
Hands up and I ain't even stick all up. Hey, bye, get him up.
You can't tell me Beans wasn't the best rapper out of Philly, bro.
Oh my God,
was he the best rapper out of Philly? I feel like he was the best rapper. I feel like he still is the best rapper out of Philly.
Meek is giving him a run for his money now.
I just don't. You know what? I'm biased. I think I'm very biased.
Black Thought is the best wordsmith out of Philly.
That's totally different. That like Black Thought belongs in the conversation with like Mos Def, Talib Kweli, them dudes. Like they just are lyricists, right? Even I feel like if Nas left mainstream, you could put him into the lyricist category too.
For sure.
I think they just too damn smart and they just know music. I don't think Cassidy is better. I think Cassidy is better when it comes to battle. No. I think Cassidy is better when it comes to battle rapping, but Cassidy can't make a song like Beans, bro. Sorry.
And even battle rapping, Cassidy is washed. Like it just.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I had a moment. My bad.
You gotta go. Cause don't get me started. It's a whole other show, and you know how we do when we get sidetracked like this. Cause then we start really going.
Club 1-8 and DJ made it a rub. Oh,
listen,
all right, my bad. Yeah.
No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl.
Mac.
I'm Mike. That's Wayne.
Mike, you know what just hit me? I know Bean's career took off after that, but Jay-Z made sure his career didn't go nowhere because he bodied him on that song, bro.
He put the clamps on him, yo. He put the clamps on him, and
I'm a Jay fan.
Jay didn't want nobody to be bigger than him in that crew.
He didn't want nobody to be. He did it to DMX too. All right, my bad.
Def Jam. Okay, all right.
No harm, no
mistake for the Niners on the proud, and I'm Mike and Wayne, and this is No Harm, No Foul. We'll see y'all soon, y'all. Peace.